Hi, beautiful people, and yes, welcome to my live. I'm Sissy from Manifest Sissy. If you have not as yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Click on the subscription button and the bell button so that you can see my videos as I am making them, right? I normally post at least twice a week or so, right? So, today we're talking about the heart chakra, okay? On my TikTok, and I also put a post of the different chakras starting from the sacral chakra. So today we're speaking about the heart chakra, self-love, self-acceptance, right? So the heart chakra can be seen in two different ways on an individual. We all have individual heart chakras, right? Heart centers, okay? So you have your physical heart and you have your energetic heart or sphere, right? Or which is your heart chakra. Your physical one is the one responsible for your physical experience here, right? The the heart chakra is responsible for your emotional experience here, your energetic, spiritual experience here on this earth, right? So the heart chakra being the center of self-acceptance, unconditional love, and wellness, right? The heart chakra is basically known as Anahata, right, in the Sanskrit language, right? And it is the center of your chest, as I said, right? And remember, your physical heart is more on the left. The heart chakra is in the center, right? So it's two different concepts, right? But they carry the same type of frequency. Just the human heart is normally based on just the physical mechanics of being human. It pumps your blood and all the other stuff. The heart chakra is that energy field that actually will be expanded or restricted in terms of how you express your self-acceptance and love for yourself and others as well, right? Okay. So signs of a balanced heart chakra: deep love and compassion for others and for yourself. Deep love and compassion. Right. So we're living in a world where we don't have that deep love and compassion as individuals and as in a collective peoples, collective consciousness in this world. We're lacking deep love and compassion for ourselves and for others, okay? Because of the fact the way we live and how we are doing things in this world, it shows that our heart chakras are closed, that we don't have love and compassion at all for ourselves and for others. Because what you do unto yourself, you do unto others. What you do unto others, do unto yourself. So above, so below, so within, so without, right? So that's why I'm saying that we have an issue with self-love and compassion, because the way we live, the basic things of how we even eat, the food we eat, we kill and other animals, fish, seafood, and animals in the land just for us to eat. That's a sign of not closed heart chakras. We're not having compassion and understanding because we don't see that other beings are as important as we are, that other beings are sentient beings and that they deserve consideration, love, and compassion, right? Right. So signs of I said closed heart chakra, or rather signs of a balanced one: deep love and compassion. And I just said we lacking that as human beings, right? For yourself and for others. Forgiveness and acceptance. Forgiveness is a big thing because we have a problem forgiving each other. We wouldn't have wars if we were able to forgive easily. We wouldn't have conflicts and killings and stuff like that if we could forgive easily on both on an individual level and also on a collective level. We wouldn't have wars if we could forgive easily, right? But it's clear that we don't have a healthy, balanced heart chakra collectively or even individually. Okay, harmony in relationships. Yes, we suffer in relationships. Human beings have a problem with relationships, not able to conduct relationship very well. We have issues with relationships. They are challenging for us as human beings because at the end of the day, with all the conflicts we have on the individual level, even in the global level, to all these conflicts we have in relationships, it shows that we have issues with that. Right. So it shows that our collective heart and our individual heart chakras are closed and restricted. Okay. Trust in life and in people. We don't trust people, we don't trust ourselves, we don't trust life. If we could trust people and trust the world and trust life, we wouldn't have all these restrictions put everywhere. We're not allowing people to have freedom of expression, freedom to live the way they want to live. We have all these rules and regulation, people putting people in boxes, telling people how to live and you know what I mean, those type of things. Like a simple thing like the gay and lesbian communities in past times, it wasn't something that was even accepted as part of society. Now it is that people are actually allowed to express their sexuality the way they want to and the way they wish to, which was not done before. So that's like one step towards some progress, right? Of allowing people to have freedom of expression, to choose their paths in life and stuff like that, right? So that's about the freedoms, right? Having emotional and what they call it, emotional openness and healthy relationships and healthy boundaries. We lack boundaries, okay? We all want to control the other in our personal relationships with each other, in our small capacity. We also lack the ability to allow people to express themselves and have healthy boundaries, okay? It's a sign of a closed heart chakra on an individual level and also on a collective level, right? Then a blocked heart chakra, one that's blocked, okay? Fear of intimacy and vulnerability, right? People are fearful to be vulnerable, even in marriages, even in relationships. We get a lot of marriages where people, you don't understand even how these people, why they even got married, because they're not able to even to be intimate in that sense. Intimacy, we're speaking about being able to speak your truth, being able to be yourself, being able to be authentic, you know, in with the person that that's supposed to be in a marriage or relationship with. And we lack that simple concept, okay? And then also feeling of disconnection, when you're feeling disconnected from other people. Even in marriages, people feel disconnected because marriages are not really based on the love of unconditional love. There's always a what you do for me and I will do for you kind of thing. It's like a contract that is all about like a transaction. So marriages become like a transaction. Relationships become like a transaction. You do this for me and I do that for you. Right? I will stay in this marriage, in this relationship as long as you do that for me. As long as you pay my bills. As long as you have this also whatever sexual intimacy with me, things like that. It's like it's contractual. It's not unconditional love. I'll be with you no matter what. I love you just for you being yourself. I accept you totally. We're not in that type of expression. We fall from that because our heart chakras are closed, okay? Very interesting concepts, right? Being emotionally distant and cold, depressed in our relationships because we're not able to be free with our expression, okay? Then an overactive heart, open chakra, something that's too open with no boundaries, too much open. It's always linked with the person having the ability of not being stable and secure within themselves. So they begin to enmesh themselves within that relationship, enmesh themselves to the partner, to the marriage or whatever, or to the relationship, right? So people become people pleasing people, right? With no boundaries, right? They'll do anything that their partner wants him to do because they have no boundaries, because they feel that's the only way they can actually get love back and acceptance from this person is when they just do whatever that person wants without any boundaries. Okay, now that is a sign of overactive heart chakra. It's too open without any boundaries, without any control, no balance, in other words, right? Smothering and clinging behavior when a parent, sometimes in a parent situation, or even in like a mother and a child, even when they're grown, the mother's so clingy, right? Because she feels that she's gonna lose this love. So she holds on to this relationship so tightly by being too smothering and clingy. This can also happen in love relationships as well, like not platonic ones, but like romantic love relationships, right? So healing the chakra is important, right? And it starts with you, understanding who you are, accepting yourself for who you are, right? Unconditionally, giving that unconditional love that you need to give to others, give it to yourself first, right? And when you grow that love within yourself, you have enough to give to others. You now fill your cup up nice and full, and you're able now to express that unconditional love to other people, right? Very important, right? Practice self-love, as I said, self-acceptance. And that can be a journey, but you can start slowly and start small. A simple affirmation every single morning, in every evening affirmation. I'm learning to accept myself. I'm learning to love myself unconditionally, no matter what, right? I know that loving myself is very important. I need to love myself first before others can love me. I need to accept who I am now at this moment and appreciate myself now. Or you can say, I'm beginning to appreciate myself now for who I am now, knowing that I am a beautiful person, and I been holding back my beauty. I've been holding back my expression and self-love because out of fear, because of misunderstanding, taking from what other people's feedback and what other people have told me about myself, and I've owned their own perceptions. But now I'm beginning to release their perceptions and going and sinking into my own expression, my own acceptance. I accept myself totally, right? So affirmations work very well. Deep breathing, exercising, meditation, yes. Deep breathing and meditation is very important. There's something about the breath that opens you up and it raises your frequency, right? So you can do it in the morning. You can do deep breathe. You can do gratitude journaling, gratitude meditations, gratitude affirmations. To be, be grateful for your life, for yourself, where you are now and where you are going, right? Because you are constantly growing and changing. So be grateful for where you are now. So self-love is important, right? Because when we're able to love and accept ourselves, we're able to love and accept other people. Life seems much more better. Life seems much more better when we accept and love ourselves, right? With all our flaws. So the trick with your flaws is to focus on all those things that you don't see as flaws. Focus on those things first and grow those things by being grateful and affirm to yourself how wonderful you are, how beautiful you are each day, right? No matter, because we came in different shades and different shapes and different types, right? So there's no perfect person. We're all beautiful in our own little way, right? Whatever it is, we're beautiful and we're unique because we are a spark of divine consciousness. Each person is a spark of divine consciousness. So we're beautiful in our own little ways, and we need to appreciate that beauty. No matter what happens, whatever people think about you, it's their own expression, it's their own perception. You don't have to make other people's reality your reality. What other people feel about you should not be how you feel about yourself, okay? How you feel about yourself should be something that you personally have chosen. You have chosen to feel in a certain way. And remember that nothing is concrete, right? So you can actually look at yourself today in the mirror and not like something about yourself, and then tomorrow, you don't have to focus on the same thing. You focus on something else, basically, right? Look at yourself in the mirror and choose that thing that you are very grateful for, that you like about yourself, and make that thing very big. Expand that thing in your consciousness. You understand? And that becomes your reality, that you're totally beautiful, right? They always say focus on those things that make you smile first, right? So most of us look into the mirror and we focus on things that don't make us smile, because we are cutting ourselves down constantly, criticizing. Self-criticism shrinks you, and self-criticism is not linked to an open heart, an open anahata, right? Anahata, a Sanskrit name for the heart, right? If we don't accept ourselves and keep on criticizing ourselves, it means that our hearts is restricted and we're not able to love openly. It's very important. So these are the things that we need to learn when it comes to love and self-acceptance. Right? Number one, don't be hard on yourself. Right? Number two, be grateful for all the things that you have in your life at this moment. Be grateful for all the things that you're good at. Focus on all the good things. That will be number 3. Focus on all the good things about you. Right? Whatever it is, maybe you can read or very well, whatever, or you can write very well, whatever it is. Maybe good at numbers, maybe good at working with people, maybe you're good with creation, you creative, whatever it is. We're always looking at other people. We're always looking at other people and comparing ourselves. That's where the problem comes in. So that also closes your heart chakra when you're minimizing yourself by comparing yourself to other people. You are unique. Every single person's unique in their own expression. Don't compare yourself to other people, because that will also lead to your heart closing, because you keep on diminishing yourself. Yes, you keep on diminishing yourself because you think somebody else is better than you. Right? Now that's the whole idea. So that you need to open yourself to being that person that you need to be. You know what I mean? That loving person, that kind person, that person full of self-love and acceptance, right? Then remember, when it comes to self-love, it can also be very toxic if it's done in a way whereby you have no empathy for other people. You don't consider other people as important as you. Self-love and acceptance is not about not accepting other people and seeing them as important. Self-love is about you starting at the beginning at yourself and learning to embrace yourself, right? So you're able to embrace other people and find them also beautiful and wonderful, just as way you find yourself beautiful and wonderful, right? That's what it's all about. Self-love, acceptance, embracing your flaws as they are. And remember, your flaws can become your perfections. I made a video on that a while ago, that your flaws can be those things that make you more beautiful because it makes you unique, your specific flaws, right? And remember that you have the choice to look at it in any way you want to look at it. If you want to look at your flaws as something negative, or you want to look at them as something unique to you and they add to your uniqueness and your beauty. Simple as that. They add to your uniqueness and your beauty. And you focus on that. Appreciate yourself each day, right? Have that practice of gratitude, self-gratitude. Because I always say, like, have a gratitude practice. Have a self-gratitude practice where you're grateful for yourself. You're grateful that you're here, you woke up this morning, and you took care of yourself. You're grateful that you had the energy to do so. You're grateful that you even chose to do so. You're grateful for your ability to see the positive in all situations, right? You're grateful for your life as it is now. So you're grateful for all the things that you have, all the opportunities that you're creating, because remember, the future is created by the now. How you feel now about yourself creates your future, right? Because there is no real future anyway. So where you are now, living in the now, that's another thing about the heart chakra. It demands you to live in the now. The heart chakra is not thinking about what happened last year or what happened yesterday, because you need to let go and forgive, right? So to love is to forgive. So let go and forgive means that you need to live in the now. Whatever happened last week or last year, whatever that person did to you a while ago, whenever that thing was done, let it go and move forward, because that's the only way the heart chakra can actually expand, because it's living in the now and thinking about the now and being appreciative about the now and knowing that whatever happened in the past happened and now you're moving forward in your life. It's always about you moving forward, right? It's always about you trying something different, you learning something different to add to your life experience. That's why it's important for you to have self-love, because you're actually creating your own reality by hating yourself, right? Meaning you're going to now manifest and create everything aligned to your self-loathe, right? The bad relationships, the unhappy workspace where you're working, the unhappy life experiences, those car accidents, all those things are all linked to a certain frequency, which are linked to yourself. So when you have self-love and acceptance and appreciation, it also affects your aura, and your aura is that thing, that magnet thing that attracts situations, persons, and circumstances into your reality, right? So when you have self-acceptance, right, remember that we're all working on ourselves. No one's perfect. Even I myself am not a perfect being. I'm learning as it goes, because life is about the expansion. Life is about the learning, about gaining more energy. And energy is information, right? Information that's going to expand us and grow us. That's what it's all about, that, right? So I'm Sissy, life coach, motivational speaker, And if you're wondering who I am and what I'm all about, I am a life coach and motivational speaker, and I also make videos on these topics of self-development, is esoteric topics on spirituality and self-development, because we are not only physical, we also spiritual as well. So you cannot leave the spiritual out when you're speaking about self-development, right? So self-love, working on yourself on a day-to-day basis, appreciating yourself, stop the self-criticism and try and reward yourself with praise. Praise yourself. Don't wait for other people to tell you how well you've done. You get my point? Do it on your own. Appreciate yourself for all the efforts you're doing in life. That's what self-love is about. It's about you rewarding yourself with positive feedback. Don't expect somebody else to do it when you cannot do it on your own, to yourself, right? Like, for example, in relationships, people go into relationships for love, but they cannot love themselves. They're expecting their partners to give them their appreciation, but they don't appreciate themselves. They're expecting somebody else to come and be there for them and validate their lives, but they won't validate your own life experience because they feel they're not good enough, because they're always being critical, criticizing and being judgmental. That closes the heart chakra, right? Close the heart chakra, as Yeshua said, character Jesus, that we need to love each other, and don't judge other people. Don't judge other people, because judgment is not a sign of love. Judging other people is a sign of you having a closed heart chakra. You're not willing to see people in the eyes of love, right? Because every person is not perfect. Even you're not perfect. So when you judge, you shall be judged yourself. You get my point? That kind of thing. So it's important for us to understand these principles, that self-love is important, and the heart chakra demands self-love for it to be opened. Accept yourself unconditionally so that you can show up for other people, so that you can be able to love other people. If you're not an expression of love, how can you give love? If your cup is not full, how are you going to be filling other people's cups? You understand? Yeah. So that's what it's all about, self-love. You finding that time where you can appreciate yourself and say thank you to yourself, and appreciate your efforts in life, because life is challenging. And it takes a lot for a person these days to move on in life and actually create and manifest all the things that they want to, and actually experience life in a positive way in a world that's full of so much negative things happening. You understand? So it's important for us to know that self-love is very, very important. Appreciate yourself, but try and find a balance. Understand there is toxic side of it when you get too immersed in yourself and you forget about other people, and you become more like a narcissist instead. You don't have empathy anymore. But remember that self-love and being a narcissist is two different things. Having an inflated ego and having a healthy sense of self-love is two different things, right? So remember, there's always boundaries, right? Remember that watch yourself all the time. You understand? Love yourself unconditionally, yes, but also give other people space as well. Understand that you're not the most important thing in the world, but you're the most important thing to yourself. You're the most important entity to yourself, not to the world, okay? Because remember, that's like the world's a big place with so many different beings and people having experiences here. But yourself, love yourself and experience yourself and appreciate yourself every single day. A simple thing like saying thank you to yourself every like some practice we can do, like in the morning. Thank you to myself. I'm up, I woke up this morning. Thank you to myself for keeping to my routine, my healthy routine of self-awareness and gratitude. I'm thankful for myself that I pitched up today. To get to work and say, yes, I'm thankful for myself, to myself, for being at the office now to add value to this experience, of being wherever I am, I can add value. I'm thanking myself for having the strength. Appreciate yourself. Don't expect other people all the time to be giving you the appreciation when you can't give it to yourself. And that's all about the self-talk, right? They can fall under self-talk and affirmations. Then there's other practices that can actually open the heart chakra, like the meditations I said earlier on. And also there's some yoga poses that can also help you open your heart chakra as well, right? So with all that I've said now, right, I'm going to close my live now. I hope this is helpful. It's only 25 minutes, but it's fine. Guys, have a great weekend and make sure that your weekend is full of self-love this coming week, right? Because now it's Sunday today, the last day of this weekend, first day of the next week, right? Have a great week, Father, and remember that self-love is key. And remember that you are the most important person to you. You mold and create your own reality, right? You mold and create your own reality, and how you see life is very important, because as you are having this wonderful world view, you're able to have a wonderful experience. If you have a low frequency world view, then your experiences has to match the low frequency world view, right? Remember that you're creating everything with your frequency, with your perceptions, with your understandings, right? Which leads to your actions and your choices that allow you to then manifest certain circumstances that are not so safe, are not so good in your life. You understand? Those are things you need to take into consideration this week. Own yourself, take responsibility of your life experience each day. Each morning start with a practice of gratitude. Each evening be grateful again that you made it through the day, that all the things that you're wanting to do, you've achieved it. If you have not achieved it, you still have tomorrow, right? You have the next day and the next chance to achieve all the things that you need to achieve. Do not be harsh on yourself and hard on yourself when it comes to your goals, because you have plenty of time to achieve all the things that you want to achieve in life. Just do not be harsh on yourself, right? Remember that growth is gradual. So we're gradually growing and expanding. So be kind to yourself this week, right? And love yourself and appreciate yourself so that you're able to appreciate other people around you, okay? Right. So have a great week further, guys. And I hope this is helpful. If you have not as yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm building my numbers, okay? It's all about the numbers, okay? If you align to my topics and you're interested in what I gotta say about self-development and spirituality, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, all right? And click on the subscription button, please. Thank you. Bye.